know. And I wouldn't be surprised if he was raping my daughter, and maybe he thought she was pregnant, And that's how that came up. Because I do believe that the tips that Brenda called in was now this is what my PI called it. And you're a PI, so you tell me, have you heard this term before? An elaborate ruse.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, when you said she's making all those sightings, that's obvious, yeah.
An elaborate ruse. And it continues to be. That's what you're dealing with these people.
Oh, boy.
And I was an RN. I studied people very closely.
Okay. All right, so we're out of time, but what do you want to leave us with as we go here? And people can find you.
Don't think you can kill kids and get away with it. Look at how it took to get me here. How did Racine Jane Doe drop out of the sky and find me? You better be careful what you do in this life, because you're going to answer for it.
Yeah, it really is horrific the way we treat our children, and
there's no safety net. This little child was just okay. That's right. Is that what you say? You ex-con that went shooting at a teenager, and is that okay? Check that off. Okay, and you're on parole. Not to worry. I learned something when I got into a conflict with a neighbor in Florida years ago. You know what decides who the defendant is and who the plaintiff is? Whoever calls the police first. And if you don't get your day in court, that's the way it stands. Well, she's going to get her day in court.
And
because this is wrong.
Yeah. And how can people get a hold of you?
Through that Facebook page.
Which is Find Aundria Bowman, AUNDRIA M, the letter M, and then Bowman is BOWMAN. That's on Facebook.
That's right.
So they can get a hold of Kathy Turkanian.
Or Facebook me. I'm on Facebook, Kathy Turkanian. Just like it's spelled.
Yeah, TERKANIAN. And she's a friend of mine on Facebook now. And I have a like to that Aundria M Bowman site. You can find it that way.
Oh,
Kathy,
thank you, Ed.
Listen, thank you so much, Kathy, okay? And I really appreciate this. Listen, and if you want me to talk to this guy, Carl Copeland, I will.
Yeah, I think it would be, this would just be a little side to what he really does. He's actually solved a few missing person cases. Well, see, he solved the Jane Doe case. Jane Doe's and missing persons walk hand in hand. Jane and John Doe's and missing persons walk hand in hand. You solve a Jane or John Doe, you find a missing person. That's that. But you don't solve the crime, but you do those two things. And that's what Carl's doing. And it's just, he's a CPA. Who would have thought, right?
Right. And also, too, if the Bowmans, if they want to get a hold of me and come on the air and answer some questions, they're more than welcome to come on. And any listeners who remember what I was talking about, I remember there was something about that video with Runaway Train where it popped up in something else that was on to me. So if you remember that, get a hold of me, please, and remind me of that. Kathy Turkanian, thank you so much. And anything comes up in this case, get a hold of me right away. We'll put you right on the air, okay?
Thank you so much. Thank your audience, too.
Okay, thank you, audience, on behalf of Kathy. The
All right, thanks
the
so
Gorilla
much.
Girl, okay. Thank you so much.